Sumanu baro baro unjurungo ikonga faleko namu batabanta ila blazola la enye Gambia bino Gambia la sola enter na sola enterprise sola nimbati kendo kurao odeda sala kabolo sinenamo kaji sena odila Gambia la sola enter na sola enter na sola enterprise jaliwo sola kende soto yeah jali man fofena o sola kende soto sola enterprise na enterprise sumanu baro baro unjurungo.
All right, thank you very much, viewers. I am Kasim Oscar, and this is LBD Sports Agency and Media Network. We'll be speaking to Aaron White. Aaron White is currently in the Gambia on a short holiday. Who is he? What is he doing? He will take us through. Mr. White, it's a pleasure to speak to you, and welcome to LBD Sports Agency and Media Network.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much. Tell us brief of who is Aaron White.
Yeah, so my name is Aaron White. I'm a boxer here in the Gambia. I represent Gambia national boxing team, and I'm a Gambian English mix. My mother is Gambian, my dad is English, and I'm now exploring the other side of my roots here in the Gambia. That's why I'm here right now.
Probably Gambians will claim that Aaron is theirs, or in boxing.
Now in boxing they are claiming that. When I first come here, some people say, are you Gambian? Are you a real Gambian?
Yeah, exactly.
But even before I got this opportunity to box for the country, I told them, when I'm representing the country, like, who is the real Gambian then if I'm, taking the flag out and representing in sports? So now I think, yeah, I'm being accepted more. It's good.
All right, let's get to boxing. Boxing in UK and here is different. It's far different.
Very different, yeah. But boxing is boxing anywhere, but the infrastructure of boxing in England compared to the Gambia, obviously I noticed like a big difference. When I come here, I was not sure what to expect, I was not sure on the scene, the size of it. I was thinking even that Gambia will probably have something going on, but I found out like that something in boxing is quite small, unlike England, where boxing is one of the main sports. It can even rival football. So yeah, there's a big difference.
All right. In boxing, like you said, there's a big difference compared to UK. Which category currently Aaron is? It is lower level boxing, amateur or professional?
Amateur boxing.
Amateur boxing.
Which, amateur and professional, some people would, it's easy to make the assumption that, amateur is not the level of professional. But that's not true. It just means you're going down like a different route. So amateur allows you to box for your country, represent your country, box in the Olympics. And still, when you get to that level, the standard is very high, even higher than some levels of professional. But also professional, when you climb to the top, this is where you win world titles. And obviously you're representing yourself, you're fighting for money. Whereas amateur, you're boxing for free. So for me, getting back into boxing, and my goal is to box for the Gambia. Like boxing for money, as silly as this may sound, like I don't really have motivation to do that at my age at 29. What I want to do is try to achieve something for my country. That's why I'm fighting. I want to, try to lift gold for Gambia.
Are you doing it for fun or?
No, I'm doing it to try achieve something big for my country. That's my motivation. My story with boxing, I moved to Gambia last year.
Last year?
Yeah, I arrived in Gambia. It's the first time I've ever been to Gambia. Even though my mum is Gambian, I'd never travelled to the country before. So even at that time, I was not boxing. But boxing is, it's my passion. It's what I did when I was, a young boy to a teenager.
At which age do you start boxing?
I started boxing at around 8, 9. I continued it on and off till 17, and then I experienced the loss of my father, which unfortunately, with the way that my life went, I completely come away from it. So now I'm 29, and in my 20s I never boxed. But when I come to Gambia and I see how low boxing is, and I realise there's an opportunity for me if I get back into things, you know, to represent my country and try to do well for my country, it motivated me to want to get back fighting. So even in this last year only, I get back fighting, and already, you know, I represent the country. I boxed at Westfield, you know, where I won by knockout in 27 seconds. That knockout also went quite viral around the Gambian. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but it got shared around a lot of pages. And yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I was boxing in Sierra Leone in the Zone 2 boxing competition, where unfortunately I lost my bout. But it was a quick introduction to international boxing for me, from when I've literally not been boxing, and then here we are. But obviously my foot is in the door. It only gives me more hunger and more motivation, and what I want to achieve now, I'm in the process of being there. I'm in the circle to box internationally. So now I'm there. I have my eye on the prize. I know what I'm going for.
Did you meet up with the Gambia Boxing Association?
Correct, yeah.
And what was the discussion like?
Yeah, the Gambia Boxing Association, they're the ones who give me the opportunity, obviously, to box internationally. Alison, Yassi, Tyson, these guys that are working for the company, yeah, they give me that opportunity, which I'm very grateful for. They say there will be more opportunities to come in the future, which I'm excited about. And yeah, I guess for me, also coming here from England and seeing and this isn't just with boxing, I'm seeing this with all sport in Gambia. Gambia is lacking in many areas compared to, you know, other African countries and, you know, also Europe. So for me, representing my sector in boxing, and hopefully maybe one day even in sport in Gambia, because I have a lot of passion for sport and also my country, I want to try help, you know, close these gaps, you know, from the standard of Europe or other places. And yeah, if we can do that as well as achieve something, that would be great. So for the future kids and generations to come, whether they want to do boxing, football, handball, you know, they'll have a better platform and more opportunity.
All right, coming back to the ring or to boxing.
No problem.
What was your best fight as a boxer?
For me personally,
Yes.
my own fight.
Yes. Which one you know is the best?
So the two that really stand out to me is my debut. My debut fight in England was a very exciting fight. The first round I was winning very convincingly, but it was an aggressive fight. And right at the end of the round, the boy hit me very hard and he knocked me down. But I stand up, I survived the round, and in the second round the fight continued, but then I stopped him. But that fight was very exciting because it was back and forth, and the crowd was very into it. People were saying, hey, this was the best fight of the night. So that was a fight that really introduced me to like all aspects of boxing very quickly.
Who was your opponent?
The boy, you know, this is when we were, you know, many years ago. So yeah, I don't remember his name. But yeah, he was. I have picture. I can send you the pictures from that fight. But yeah, it was a very exciting one. But also my next favorite one was my one in Westfield 3 weeks ago, because this was my second debut. You know, back to boxing. This was my comeback fight. Boxing in Gambia. My mum was there watching for the first time. Many family were there, you know, my friends. And yeah, for it to end in knockout the way it did was a dream come true, really. So yeah, that would be up there as well with my other favourite one.
Thank you very much, Mr. White, for speaking to LBD Sports. What will be your message to Gambia Boxing Association in terms of infrastructure, as you said, and also other sports compared to the European standard? Yeah,
so I think just addressing both sports and Gambia boxing in general, like from what I see from being here as a Gambian, you know, myself, us Gambians, we are strong, we are athletic, you know, there's a lot of things that we don't have compared to other countries in terms of facilities, even like our nutritional knowledge, how we eat, and the opportunities that are put towards us. But when you look at sort of like how we are as people, we're very strong and athletic. So my message to Gambians and also Gambia boxing would be to keep looking at these other countries, looking at our rivals, and keep trying to close the gap and offer more opportunity to people like myself, you know, in their sports, and also the younger ones coming through. Because us Gambians, we're not, maybe right now in sport, people don't rate Gambians highly. We're only just in a few sports starting to make a bit of an impact. But we know that's not true. If we have everything that the other countries had, we will be right up there. So my message is for people who take sport, clearly and passionate about it, you know, to do what they need to do for their own sport and sport in general for Gambians to close the gap so us athletes, we can perform better for our country and keep raising the Gambia flag high. That would be my message.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. White.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bless.
Sumanu baro kunjurun ko ikonga fale ko namu batabanta ila blazola la enye Gambia bino Gambia la sola enter na sola enterprise sola nimbati kendo kurao de dasala kabolo sin enamo kaji sena odila Gambia la sola enter na sola enter na sola enterprise jaliwo sola kende soto jali man fofina o sola kende soto enterprise, na enterprise. Sumanu baro kunjurun ko